Are you gay? Do you know someone who's gay? If you answered yes to either question, hi, I'm Parker, and this is Parker's Pointless Podcast, where every week I talk about some pointless thought that was floating around in my little noggin. These topics will range from pop culture to film and television to politics and to things happening in my own personal life, all of which I am not qualified to speak on, but because I am gay and delusional, I find the confidence and conviction within me to speak as if I am a professional. On today's episode, I'll be talking about a variety of topics, from Coachella to my experience at World of Barbie and even therapy. So buckle up and enjoy this episode of Parker's Pointless Podcast. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you're listening to this podcast. I hope it's going wonderfully for you. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. It's a Monday morning currently when I'm filming this. And, it feels a little bit like a Monday morning, even though I don't have a traditional 9 to 5 kind of job. Girly girl, it has been a weekend. It has been a whole last week, and it's going to be a whole week this week. So if you hope you're doing well on this day. First and foremost, thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the podcast. This is episode number 8. And it's crazy that we've gotten to this point because 8 weeks ago I had 0. So it's crazy that we're here now. I'm planning on going until I don't anymore. So I don't know what number that'll be. It might be in the hundreds. It might be in, I don't know. I'm not going to put any limits on myself because I'm as free as a bird. But thank you so much for joining me on episode number 8. Um, I have some fun content planned for you guys for this year. I have some fun themes in mind for, I think I mentioned it on the last episode with Princess for June. I'm going to be having a Pride Month. Every episode is going to be something LGBTQ related. Obviously, every episode is pretty LGBTQ related because I'm the one hosting it. But I mean, all the content of what we're just going to be discussing is going to be like that. So, can't wait for that. And if you guys have any suggestions, any themes, any this, that, or the other that you want to talk about, or any guests that you want to see, let me know because I'm here to please you guys. You are the audience, and I am the one who's running my gums till I'm dry in my mouth. And if you want to see something specific, I would love to do what you guys want to say. So, this episode is going to be a little bit scatterbrained. I was kind of, just trying to come up with things to talk about on my own. Obviously, I did the fan fiction in the last episode that I was by myself, and that was a huge success. And, we love Josh Hutcherson over here. So maybe I'll do a continuation of that, but that would require me to write it. And that sounds like a lot of work, which I could do, but I'm not sure if I want to. Maybe I'll get to that. Or maybe I'll read other fan fictions of other celebrities that I'm obsessed with. We'll see. We'll see. Um, but this is going to be a little cuckoo banana scatterbrained episode. I'm going to be talking about lots of random things. So just buckle up because y'all are about to enter what it's like to be inside of my brain every single day. And it might be a little bit crazy for some of you because it's crazy. It's certainly crazy for me. But thank you all for being here today. I just wanted to update you all. I'm not sure if in this last episode or in the episode before that, if you guys had heard any ads. We hit the benchmark of needing to use ads or needing to the threshold to be able to include ads in each episode. When I upload them, I click to add a couple, but I'm not sure if they work. I don't really know, to be honest. So if they work, so sorry that you have to listen to ads, but hopefully, we can make some money over here because I ain't trying to do this for free. But if that's an ad, thank you all for getting me to that point. I love to see it. But let's talk about what's been going on in my life in this past couple week or so. If you can tell, I have a new little guest joining me on the podcast, a new little staple of the space, Miss Barbie over here. I'm going to show you it on the close-up camera if we can. Yes, look at her. Miss Barbie, you can be anything. Ah, look at her. Also, I'm not sure if you can tell because the packaging's kind of in the way, but I'll turn on the back because you can see a little bit. No, you can't. She has one leg. Look at her. She has a fake leg, and then she's also an interior designer. Oh, it tilted to the side. Oh, oh yeah, look. Look at that. That is a bionic leg right there, girly pop. I love that for Barbie. But look at her. So to fill you all in, if you didn't see on Instagram or if you don't follow Amani on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. So me and Amani last week went to an event where it was the World of Barbie was the event. And it was on Santa Monica. It's an experience, a walkthrough. It's not related to the upcoming movie, which I am so excited for that movie, by the way. If y'all are not, then you're fake for that. A New Era is absolutely loading right now, and when that movie comes out, it is over for you all. So if you get annoyed by it, sorry to this man. Anyways, me and Amani went to the Barbie podcast. Hello, you guys. Where's my brain at? I don't know. So me and Slay, look at it. The World of Barbie, Dreams Made Here. That is the event that we went to. It is not sponsored by the Barbie movie, but it is put up by Mattel. So long story short, extended trailer for Barbie came out a couple weeks ago. Amani and I were at work. We were talking about, oh my gosh, we're about to be the pink girlies. Like this is about to be an era for us and the dolls. And so we were just chatting about it. And she's like, oh, I saw that there's this like World of Barbie walkthrough experience. We should go. Like, and we'd be able to get so many cute pictures, blah, 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 blah. But and so we talked about it, and then literally that evening, she DM'd either the World of Barbie or like I don't know who she DM'd, but she DM'd someone at Barbie, okay, and was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what's the tea?" I don't know exactly what she said, but basically was like, sliding into the DMs, and she got invited to the like soft opening essentially because it opened on a Friday and we went on a Thursday. But she got invited to this like influencer event for it. Um, and so then me and Amani went to this event and it was literally so fun. And we wore such cute pink outfits. Like I'm sure you saw on my Instagram. Like I was wearing this like cute little pink corset top and like these cute pink pants and like insanely high pink heels and like jewelry and glass. Like we were dressed to the nines, and Amani was in this like life size, like pink, like ruffly dress. It was honestly, we were really, really serving and eating all the girlies up. So, um, very, very, very much giving slay. It was so much fun. I recommend you all go if you're in the Santa Monica area. I don't know how much the ticket cost is. We were invited to this event, so we did not have to pay for it. But it's quite big and it's, so cute, very much doll vibe, very much just dollhouse. Like there's a Barbie's house, there's Barbie's space station, there's a recording studio. Like there's a whole setup and it's all very giving Barbie. So highly recommend. Not to mention Barbie as a brand, so fierce. Like as we can see from this Barbie with one leg, like Barbie is really expanding their catalog and their repertoire of Barbies to be more inclusive of all people of all backgrounds and experiences and walks of life. And it's just so fierce. And I literally just love Miss Barbie. If you are a YouTube girly, Trixie Mattel, the drag queen, has a YouTube channel and she talks about Barbie and the history of Barbie on her channel. Go listen to her videos because obviously she's way more informed than I am. And she's like a Barbie collector, so she knows way more than I do. But Barbie, slay. And, I'm a Polly Pocket, as we all know, as we can see. But, and, as a Polly Pocket Barbie collab that no one knew that we needed, but we all knew that we wanted. So, welcome to the stage, Miss Barbie. I also have my new notebook for the podcast is a Barbie notebook as well. Like, look how cute it is, you guys. Oh, okay, not my fingers being in front of it. Oop. La la la. Oh my gosh, so cute. So yeah, I got that in the little gift bag they gave me. It was so cute. So enough gushing about Barbie. That's what I did this past week. Thank you so much, Amani. If you're listening to this podcast, girly girl, I gotta have you back because we were really making hits out here. But thank you, Amani, for inviting me. I love you so much. If you all don't know Amani, know Amani because Amani is one of the most supportive. Ah, look at her. Look at our outfits, you guys. We were eating the girlies up and look at our feet, you guys, were so oh my gosh, our feet hurt so bad at like the end of the day. Like we were walking to our car and we were like tiptoeing. We are like doot 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 doot. Like if you've seen Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney, Bernadette Peters, who plays the stepmother, like does this iconic signature walk where she just literally like tiptoes like doot 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 with her feet. That's how me and Amani were walking back to our cars because our feet hurt so bad. It was oh, my feet were numb. Thank God I brought up a change of shoes because I had to go directly to work after that, and it was if I had to wear those shoes to work, it would have been something, but back to Amani. Amani, you're that girl. You're truly the GOAT, the baddest bitch around. If you any of you have the pleasure of knowing Amani, she is one of the greatest friends, one of the most supportive people. She is just an abundance of joy and life. So Amani, love you, girl. Can't wait to have you back on the podcast. So enough about Amani. Let's talk about my hot take of the week. I actually have a couple, so I'm just gonna give them all to you because I had one planned and then I was driving here and I thought of another one. So the one that I've planned is this. If banana is your favorite fruit, you're sick for that. Because I'm not saying if you like banana, because I like banana. Banana's great for, smoothies. It's great for baking. It's great for substitutions because it's super starchy. It provides a lot of health benefits, potassium, fiber. Love to see it. However, if banana is your favorite fruit, that's that's so twisted and rotted because you're living in a world with pineapple. You're living in a world with kiwi. You're living in a world with mango, strawberries, blackberries, all these like delicious, delicious fruits. And your favorite's a banana? Yeah, okay. So, banana girlies, if banana's your favorite, really sound off because I want to hear why you love bananas so freaking much because baby girl, it ain't for me. But that is the first hot take. My second hot take, this is when I was like la 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 driving over here. Um this is kind of like a two-parter. For one, I think the economy is fake, and two, I've just decided that I don't care about not that I don't care about the economy because that sounds kind of psycho, but like why should I have to care? Because let me tell you this, all I do is spend money. All I do is make money to then spend money. Like my account is just a circle because it just goes in to come back out. I pay rent. I pay my utilities. I pay for my healthcare. I pay for my groceries. I pay for, all the local businesses I support and go to. I pay for my coffee in the morning. I pay for all my little things. So my money just comes into my account to then go right back out of my account. So if there's any issue with the economy and a shortage of money and someone like, we're in XYZ debt, how is that my problem? Because all I do is give the money that I make. So baby, that problem is not mine. So I'm not about to be burdened with the weight of your problems. That is a you issue, honey. I mean, AKA at the United States government, this is one's on you, honey bunny, because your debt issues are not my problem. I mean, let's use our money for, the correct reasons. Let's, support each other, support all our populations that exist in our society and, uplift each other. But I'm not about to be burdened by the economy because, baby, all I do is spend money and give you back my money. So this ain't my problem. It's someone else's problem. Whoever is hoarding the wealth out there, this one's on y'all. So y'all need to figure your shit out because it ain't on me. So that's my hot take of the week. If any of y'all have any hot takes you want me to talk about, like I said before, you can just slide into my DMs. You can send it to me on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, text it to me, whatever. Just let me know what you want to say because I would love to share your hot takes as well. So this episode is going to be coming out the day after week 2 of Coachella. But I actually put this out on my Instagram last night because I was just thinking about this because all you girlies at Coachella really seem to be living your life. And not that I'm jealous because I'm truly, truly not, because you could not literally catch me dead sleeping in the dirt for any musical artist. Like, I don't care who you think you are. Like, maybe I would do it for Beyonce, but I'd rather just pay $500 to go to her concert than pay like $700 or $800, however much Coachella is. I just made that number up. I could be totally wrong. Then I just like festivals just aren't for me. It just seems a little too tiring. Like, y'all know how I feel about deodorant. Y'all know how I feel about, people smelling. And I just imagining being around thousands of people who haven't applied deodorant since they left their hotel room in the morning seems like my actual worst nightmare. So I just don't think it'd be for me. Not to mention, where am I supposed to keep my sunscreen? Because I got to reapply, honey. Because I am of a fairer complexion. I do need a little bit more protection for my skin. And I ain't trying to get skin cancer for no music. I'm not trying to get skin cancer for Charlie XCX. I'm so sorry. Love her, but I'm not trying to get, melanoma, honey. No, ma'am. So where am I going to keep my sunscreen? Where am I going to, I mean, I guess you could put it in the car. I've never been to Coachella, as you can probably tell from my rambling. I don't understand how it works, but I don't see myself going unless, I'm invited by a brand. to all you brands out there who, want to invite a first, virgin Coachella goer out there, you can invite me next year. Unless the lineup sucks, then I don't really want to go. But, I don't want to pay for it. But if you want to invite me, if you want to pay for my trip out there, if you want to pay me to go, girl, I'm all ears because I would love to, have the experience. But as of right now, it's not for me. But I wanted to ask you guys what your ideal Coachella lineup is, who your top three are, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday girlies. My ideal, which this would, let me just preface this. This would literally never happen because these three artists are all headliners. They've all headlined themselves. So them all and they've done like the main slot headlining spot, the Saturday night, which again, is that how Coachella works? Is the Saturday night like the spot? I don't know. Anyways, but my three girlies would be obviously Beyonce. I mean, you guys literally does. She's here on the set today. And we've all seen Homecoming. She really ate the girls up with that one. So Beyonce, obviously. Ariana Grande, obviously. And then Lady Gaga. Those would be my three because it's giving gay. Like, those are the three artists I would literally pay money to sleep in the desert for. And yeah, and be tripping on whatever drugs I would take to experience the full experience. So those would be my top three. Now let's get into what you all said because I'm so genuinely curious about who you all want to see. So Beyonce. Beyonce is a very recurring answer because we all have good taste. But someone said Beyonce, Ari, good taste, and then SZA, absolutely slay. I would want SZA to be in my lineup too. Like, let me go back to my lineup really fast because I would have the three girlies. So I'd have Beyonce, Ari, and Lady Gaga. Duh. And then I'd also just, because they can't be the only three there. I would also want to have hmm, I would want SZA would be there, Lizzo would be there, um, Rina Sawayama would be there, Kelly Clarkson just for the fun of it all. Like, I don't know. I would have literally every girl, Dua Lipa, Dua Peep. I would have just, all the girlies there. Every female, honestly, exclusively female artist would be the move. Who else would I want? All the girlies. Like, if you're a girly artist out there, I probably would want you there. Oh, Flo. And let me just take this moment to put you bitches on, okay? If you are not listening to Flo, FLO, that is the name of their group. It's a trio, three girly pops. They're so fierce. You've probably heard their song on TikTok, Cardboard Box. I'ma put your shit in a cardboard box. You've probably heard it. That's them. They have an EP out. I think they have many singles out as well. They have a single where they are mastering a Missy Elliott song featuring Missy Elliott, which is absolutely iconic. I'm actually going to see them in concert next week. I'm so excited. So after I see them, I'll talk about them on the podcast. I'm sure the podcast or the concert's going to be amazing. So everyone, if you haven't listened to Flo, go listen to Flo. One of my favorite songs is called Not My Job. They eat, eat, eat. They have a live Vivo performance that is so good. Like if you like Destiny's Child, if you like early 2000s pop R&B, girl, go run over to Spotify and listen to them after you listen to this episode, of course. Let's finish the episode first. Let's be respectful here. And then we're going to give Miss Flo our listens, okay? So that's what I'd also want to have there. But enough about what I want. Let's talk about what you guys want. So Beyonce, Ari, and SZA. Then we have Justin Bieber. Girl, I would love to see Justin Bieber in concert. He's kind of a little weird these days, but you know what? It's okay. Omar Apollo, who wasn't he just at Coachella this weekend anyways? So I guess, headlining though. Omar Apollo, Cece Winans, Winans. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to have to give her a listen. Dua Lipa, absolutely. Someone also said Beyonce, SZA, Lady Gaga. Absolutely. Gaychella is what you said it would be. Absolutely. Listen, I've seen Beyonce, or I haven't seen Beyonce. I'm going to see Beyonce in September. Very excited about that. I've seen Lady Gaga twice. I have not seen Ariana Grande live, but I would kill to see all of them. So, and then this final one, Ariana Grande, of course. The Bellas from Pitch Perfect, would love to see them, headline because Pitch Perfect was really, really held a stake in my heart when the first one came out. I was obsessed, which I could probably talk in detail about that on a different episode. But, and then the closer is Miss Piggy, which, I would actually live to see it because I think Miss Piggy is so iconic and so hilarious. And just she's truly that girl, keeping Kermit in his place. And she's been that girl for I don't know how long the Muppets have been around, but a long time. And Miss Piggy has been that girl and she stays being that girl. RuPaul's Drag Race, if you're looking for a guest judge, you should have Miss Piggy be a guest judge because that would be unbelievably iconic because she is a drag queen. Like, hello. A pig in lipstick, like, it's giving drag queen. I live to see it. Okay, so happy Coachella weekend to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful time. If you're on your come down from all the drugs that you've been doing and you're listening to this podcast, good for you, girl. Drink some water, drink some Gatorade, some Pedialyte, take an Advil, take a nap. I don't know. I've never done those substances that y'all have probably been doing out there in the middle of the desert. So I'm not sure what the come down feels like. But wishing you best of luck on your come down because I'm sure it's probably rough. But just drink your water and eat a piece of sourdough toast or something. But I put it out there last night about, what topics did you guys want to hear me talk about? I thought of Coachella, obviously, but I want to hear what y'all want me to talk about. So, my friend says pop culture. So briefly, pop culture is such a huge topic to talk about. Like I could talk about really anything, but I wrote down a couple things that have just been on my mind this past couple weeks. So we have what do we have movies coming out? We have Little Mermaid coming out, which I am so excited for. I feel like I've talked about it on this podcast already. I don't remember, but I'm going to talk about it again. Halle Bailey has been that girl. She's going to be so good as Ariel. I'm so excited. Like the moment she sang Can You Feel the Love Tonight at Walt Disney World's like 50th anniversary. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. It is so beautiful. Um, like the moment she did that video or that song and I heard her singing it, I was like, yeah, it's giving Ariel. She has like that Jodie Benson quality to her voice. And obviously, as we've seen from, the trailers that have been released so far of Little Mermaid, she's about to eat the girlies up. And that movie looks so beautiful. I'm so sick of y'all giving it like shit and on Twitter because of the CGI. Like, girl, you better go to fucking college and get a degree in whatever, like computer animating, and then you can talk some shit. Because I don't want to hear y'all unqualified bitches talking shit on something that you can't do yourself. Because you have no qualifications to be saying that just because you're a viewer. I don't care. We're gonna go to the movie theater and we're gonna enjoy it and we're gonna live for Miss Bailey, okay? We're gonna support her and we're gonna hear part of your world. So I don't want to hear any more shit talking from y'all. Okay, it's exhausting. And Melissa McCarthy's about to eat. They all keep saying that she's hilarious and wonderful. So I don't need your guys' commentary on XYZ blah 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 blah. No more. We're gonna go to this movie. We're gonna support it and we're gonna love it. Okay. We also, speaking of movies, literally yesterday, some of the first like images from the film were released of the Wicked movie, and you guys, I know I talked to Princess about it last week about like if we could fan cast anyone else in Wicked, who would it be? And I said I wouldn't. Like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are those girls, and I'm so excited. But I am, oh, those pictures, you guys. Like I know y'all were complaining that it was dark as hell. But y'all just need to turn your brightness up on your phones. Like, let it just turn your brightness up and like go into it, like maybe not directly in the sunlight. And you'll be able to very easily see. Also, I'm not sure if you like y'all are all acting like boomers with your phones. Like you can zoom in, like just pinch the image and zoom in, and you can see it up close. But turn the brightness up on your phone. Open your eyes a little bit more. Like first of all, that is actually really easy to see. Like we could clearly see the green around it. Mr. Revo, Miss Ariana, that pink dress is so beautiful. The stairs she's running, she's going. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm not sure if this is part one or if this is part two because they're doing the movie in two parts. But you guys, those two images were released yesterday. And when I tell you my brain chemistry was just altered from that moment on. Oh, Mary, it had me rocked and rattled because I'm so excited. Like, I've been a Wicked stan since, hmm, like, I've been a bootleg or like a bootleg obsessor of Wicked. Like, if you don't know what bootlegs are, those are just when people film like Broadway shows or like tours or whatever with their phone and then upload it to YouTube. That's a bootleg, um, which is illegal. Let me just put it out there. I'm not actively, endorsing or supporting bootlegs out here. However, I do participate with the bootleg culture and, I can't fly to New York every single day and see every single performance. So if I get to hear a little bootleg of a little girly pop riffing on Defying Gravity, I'm going to listen because it's what I deserve. So, and I don't think it diminishes the quality of a production. I don't think it, harms anyone. I mean, obviously there's some copyright infringement involved, but I'm just here out here enjoying and loving and living and laughing, okay? So I've been an obsessor of Wicked bootlegs since I was probably in I saw Wicked in LA when I was in 6th grade, so that was 2007 or 8. I saw Casey Levy and Megan Hilty, if you know who those are. They're very slay girly pops. Megan Hilty was in Smash. She's been in a lot, obviously. I can't go through her whole resume. Casey Levy is a Broadway icon. She was Elsa in Frozen on Broadway. I could keep going, but I'm not about to theater nerd on you all because none of y'all deserve that. So, but Wicked, I've been obsessed since I was a kid. Listened to every single bootleg. I literally know every single girly pop that's saying Defying Gravity. It's kind of an issue, but whatever. It's part of my identity, okay? So this Wicked movie is about to do something to me that I already like. You guys are not like if you think the Barbie movie is about to do something for me, like I have Little Mermaid, I have the Barbie movie, and I have the Wicked movie coming up. Like if y'all know me, I'm so sorry if I'm about to be the most annoying person you've ever met, but I'm not gonna apologize because you're welcome. So, Wicked movie's coming up. I'm so excited about that. Another pop culture thing, RuPaul's Drag Race season 15 just wrapped this season. And we are have our new crowned queen, Miss Sasha Colby. Very much slay. If you haven't watched Drag Race and I just spoiled the ending for you, I'm sorry about it. But it came out on Friday, so that's y'all's fault for being behind. But Sasha Colby is such an icon, our trans sister. She is so much so that girl. Like, I also have a talent of predicting who wins RuPaul's Drag Race, and I'm not usually right, but the last because I've been watching Drag Race live since season 11. And I've been able to successfully predict the winner of each season from the Meet the Queens, which is the interviews that they do with the queens that they release before the first episode comes out. And I'm usually able to tell from the interviews who I think is going to be in the top 3, if not the winner. And from the jump, I knew Sasha Colby was going to be the winner because she said this line: "I'm your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen." And I'm like, that is fierce. And from then on, I knew that she was that girl. And guess what? She was that girl. So congratulations to Shop. Congratulations. So sorry, I can't speak. Congratulations to Sasha Colby. I am so proud of you. So happy for you. You better walk that fucking duck, girl. And you better work with your $200,000 and your, crown from Miss Drag or Fierce Drag Queen Jewels or whatever it is. But I'm so happy for you, girl. And I'm trying to think of anything else happening in pop culture right now. Oh, I'm gonna put you guys onto another show. I feel like not a lot of people are watching this show. If you are not watching Yellow Jackets on Showtime, you guys, you are missing out. It is a little bit, a little bit creepy, a little bit eerie, a little bit dark. But when I tell you it's one of just the best shows on television right now, it is such drama. You know me, I love the girlies, love to support the girlies in any way I can. And this show is like a predominantly female cast. All the leads are females. Ugh, it's so spooky. It's so spooky. New episodes every Friday. We're currently on the 2nd season. I watched the first season during lockdown because I believe it came out 2021, like early 2021. And I think there was 4 or 5 episodes in, and I heard about it on Twitter and I was like, I should watch the show. And me and my friend Maddie, obviously friend of the pod, were we binged the first 5 episodes and then watched the rest of the season, episodically. And then the 2nd season just came out and it's obviously releasing weekly, which I personally, this may be controversial. I am not much of a binger. I don't really like to binge television because that's too stressful for me. And I just I'm too distracted. I'm so easily distracted that I just can't focus for that long. I think this is the ADHD in me, undiagnosed, of course, but we're working on that. Um, but I just can't focus for that long and watch 8 or 9 episodes of a television show. I need a break. I need to go outside, I need some fresh air. I can't. So, and the show is releasing weekly. So, if you are all looking for a new TV show to watch, if you're wanting to see something a little creepy, a little spooky, a little graphic, a little bit drama, a little bit fierce, a little bit, eerie, there's some spirituality elements of it. There's some kooky drama. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Also, there's some elements of it that are kind of funny. So I It is just so great. It's Lord of the Flies. I'll just give you a little background. It's basically these girly pops on a soccer team in the 1996, I believe was the year, crashed in the middle of the mountains. I think of like Wyoming or something. And it was because it was the 90s, they didn't have the technology to like just be found like that. They were stranded in the mountains for 19 months, which is a long, long time. So they experienced 2 winters basically, which is rough and gnarly. And basically, it's Lord of the Flies. I'm not going to say anything else beyond that. If you've read Lord of the Flies, you can probably put 2 and 2 together. But highly recommend. I know not everyone has an account at Showtime, so I'm so sorry you're gonna have to spend $8 a month to watch this show. But Showtime actually does have some pretty good other films and shows on there that are worth watching. So it is worth your $8. I highly, highly, highly recommend. I'm mostly recommending it because literally no one else that I know watches it besides Maddie, and it's exhausting not being able to talk to anyone about this. Oh, Solomon watches it. Oh, thank God. Because I literally go to work, you guys, and I'm like, who's watching Yellow Jackets? And it's crickets. I was like, ugh, I'm sick of y'all. So everyone watch Yellow Jackets so we can all talk about it because it is so good. So that's all I can think about with pop culture. Let's also see what else you guys want me to chit chat about because I can just, run my gums till I'm dry in the face. Um, James Charles forever and always in his flop era. Yeah. I mean, ever since the Tati Westbrook drama, I feel like he's kind of been in his flop era. Not to mention he kind of, has a sus reputation for messaging people who are legally not of age, which is not supported on this podcast. So don't be doing any of that. That's icky. Um oh, this is going to be a clip that I'm going to put on YouTube. So I'm going to take a break so that I can, when I edit this episode and I make this a YouTube clip, I'll have it ready set. Action. To all of you out there who are bullying me in my YouTube comments, I want you to know this. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It truly just lights a little fire inside of me. And it makes me, first of all, it makes me laugh. Second of all, your guys' spelling errors are comical. And third of all of y'all need to get a fucking hobby. Go touch some fucking grass. I don't know. Go make out with a girl because y'all seem to be those kind of straights that clearly are getting so much. So go outside. Like, get a hobby, talk to your mother, hug your sister, like, do something because you bullying me on YouTube literally does nothing but boost my engagement and get me more views and get me more subscribers. So, thank you so much for, boosting my engagement. It truly means the world to me. And all your comments that I'm a soy boy or a lady boy, girly pop, I already been new. So, y'all can't one up one on me. And also, y'all bullying me by saying that I'm gay. Y'all think that's bullying? You don't think I already know? Like, come on, honey. What are we in 6th grade? Y'all are pathetic. Anyways, that's all for y'all. But yeah, if you haven't seen, you guys, I've been getting so I upload my episodes on YouTube for the visuals. Obviously, if you're watching me, you're probably on YouTube right now. But I get some crazy comments, specifically on the shorts. So YouTube has this thing called Shorts, which are basically like trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram Reels. Every app has them at this point. But all the reels I make for Instagram and for TikTok, I also put on YouTube. And YouTube is just so funny because I tend to get lots of views on those videos because they just pop up on everyone's feed. So like I will get so many random comments from so many random people that are like, how did this end up on my feed? Who is this lady boy? Who is this? Who is this that? Gay, 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 gay. And it's hilarious. So if y'all want to hoot and a holler, go look at some of my YouTube comments because these people are crazy as hell. So shout out to all y'all out there on the YouTube comment section bullying me. I love to see it. I mean, don't do that, but it just makes me laugh. So, let's see if there's anything else. Oh, so one of you wanted me to talk about Genovia's healthcare system and how it's better than the United States. So let me just break it down. For example, if you are above the age of 26 in the United States of California, I'm sure you are abundantly aware of how horrible our healthcare system is here. So I don't need to go into any further detail on that. We live in the fucking slums when it comes to healthcare here. We are fighting for our lives. Not to mention, we have also just had to deal with the whole pandemic girly pop. It is rough out here in these streets. And if you're not familiar with Genovia, I'm so sorry that you have had such a horrible life and childhood that you haven't seen Princess Diaries. But shout out to our viewing party. They just did an episode about Princess Diaries. Go over to their podcast and listen to their episode on our viewing party, Miss Maddie, Miss Tati. Hi, girly pops. How are you doing? Can't wait to have you back on my pod here. But go listen to their episode. They just did an episode about Princess Diaries. Refamiliarize yourself with the film. It's amazing. But Genovia is the fictional place allegedly between France and Spain, which, we all know about European healthcare systems. All of them work wonderfully, or at least better than ours. I can tell you, they can go to the doctor. They probably don't have a copay. They probably don't have to deal with insane deductibles. Don't ask me what a deductible is because, girl, I don't even know. They don't have to deal with, out of pocket expenses for pharmaceuticals. They probably have dental and vision are covered with their healthcare in general. Like, I can just promise you, Genovia has it going for them. And I'm so jealous. I wish I lived there. And if Julie Andrews was my queen, girl, I would be so happy for the rest of my life. I wouldn't have anything to complain about. So shout out to Genovia. Y'all are doing it good over there. But that's going to be all the topics that I take from y'all about what you want to talk about. If you want me to talk about anything else in the future, already know what to do. So let's see what else I have written down for me to talk about. Like I said, you guys, this episode is me just kind of ping-ponging around the inside of my brain. Um, I was watching something yesterday, and it just made me think of this. This is just kind of a random little thought, like a literally intrusive thought, because every thought I have is intrusive. Telephones are really weird. Like, have you guys ever thought about like how weird phones are? Like, how come I'm able to talk into this piece of literal metal and glass, and my voice is being able to be heard hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles away. Like, how does that make sense? Like, I obviously know like audio waves. I know there's technology behind it that makes sense, but like for a plebeian like me, for a smooth-brained young lady like myself, that just does not make any sense to me. I'm like, how is that like how are telephones real? You know what I mean? And like how is someone so smart to invent that? Like that just makes no sense to me. Like technology is wild, you guys. Like it's crazy. Like some technological things make sense to me, but telephones, girly girl, I will never understand. Text messages, I get it. Because it's sending over the World Wide Web, whatever. But phones, like, I'm like, you're able to hear my voice in real time? Like, that's weird. Like, that is like, it kind of like really blew my brain last night. And I mean, granted, I was really exhausted. So maybe I was just more susceptible to like things like this really rattling my world. But you guys, I was rocked and rattled last night thinking about how telephones are weird. So if y'all think telephones are weird, please tell me because I don't want to feel like I'm alone in this, but maybe I am. Who knows? Um, hmm. La la la. Oh, also, I just randomly want to talk about this too because it's so funny. I have become when I go out, which I don't really go out that often, but I go every now and then, and I get a little alcoholic beverage. I've been trying to experiment with my drinks of choice, not only drink with alcohol, but also like at Starbucks. I've been trying to experiment with all the like different flavors and different coffee types and different this and different that because I'm trying to just find my faves, find my thing, find my niche. So I'm currently with Starbucks in my soy milk era because soy milk has more protein than oat milk and almond milk because they both have like basically no protein and they're basically just water. So I'm experimenting with soy milk at the moment and seeing how I like that because I just want the protein because I'm trying to get my gains, honey. I'm trying to have that summer bod on lock. So at Starbucks, I'm currently experimenting, but in the bars, I'm also experimenting. I am a Diet Coke with lime whore, you guys. I live for Diet Coke with a squeeze of lime. So I've been doing a Diet Coke with lime with Bacardi as my drink of choice. And it's kind of good. But I've realized that when I drink rum, I become so social. Like I will literally talk to any single person in a room. And I mean, obviously I don't need alcohol to make me social. Like I don't need substances to like unlock this part within me because it just exists naturally. But obviously when those railings and guards are down, you just, from the alcohol, it's just a little bit easier to access. But I literally, you guys, I was in WeHo on Friday watching the Drag Race finale. Shout out Sasha Colby. Um, I had a couple drinks and I was literally talking to every single person in the bar. I would just go up to people and start talking to them. And let me tell you guys, if you have some sort of social anxiety, because I think we all do to varying degrees, let me give you the hack of how to talk to a stranger. Obviously, read the room. We're not trying to talk to people that don't want to be talked to. you just be able to tell when someone's willing and open. If you're at a bar, usually people are more willing to be talked to. Um, but compliment them. That is literally the easiest way to start a conversation. And don't compliment them in a creepy way. We're not trying to be like weird and icky. So like don't be like your body looks so beautiful because that's so strange. But like for me, the way I do it, if I see something that a piece of clothing that they're wearing, if they have fierce makeup or nice nails or jewelry or something, I will go up to them and be like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. Where did you get it?" And then we start a conversation and bada bing, bada boom. We're chit chatting the night away. And obviously, I have a very infectious, bubbly personality. So I'm just able to keep the conversation rolling and going. Um, and then hopefully they're not a deadbeat and they can have a conversation as well because some people just aren't good at carrying conversations. And if that's the case, then girl, hit the road because it ain't worth your time. But let me teach you all that hack. Find it has to be something that you also genuinely believe. Like, don't compliment something that you actually think is ugly or that you don't care about because it'll come across as insincere. And you want to be sincere when you're talking to someone because it makes you more appealing and want to carry a conversation with. So that's my little social tip for y'all for the day at the bar. If you wanted to chat with someone, just go up to them and compliment them. Also, going up to a person and talking to a person is so easy. I know it seems so daunting and scary because, like, being social with a stranger is not necessarily normal, or we don't do that on a regular basis. But, like, it's so easy, you guys. Like, it's so much easier than you thought. And the more you do it, it's like practice. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. So, if you're wanting to become more social, there are my tips and tricks for you guys. I'll try to come up with more in the future and I'll share them as I come up with them. But yeah, just talk to strangers in the bar, obviously, not like necessarily on the street because that would be kind of weird. Time and place, baby, time and place. But I just realized that about myself that I'm truly such a socialite. I was like, oh my God, I'm so famous. I'm so popular. I was just at the bar, like chit chat, chat. Okay, huh? Chit chatting it up with everyone. And also, I went up to, I don't know if you guys have seen Kimmy Schmidt, Titus Burgess, one of the two. He's in the show. He's also in Schmigadoon season 2, Broadway actor. He's an icon. He also follows me on Instagram. So if you see this reel, I'll make this a reel. Titus, if you see this reel, hi, how are you? I saw him in WeHo on Friday and I went up and talked to him and I just complimented him and walked away. So see y'all, it is truly that easy, regardless of who the person is, regardless of how many followers they have, regardless of how much money they have. People being popular and people being well liked does not make them any more less or more important than you are. Because we are all just people, baby girl, and we all have our faults and we have our pros and we all have our cons. So, a person is not more valuable than you. So, they do not hold this, wall up to not have a conversation with them. Just go talk to them, girly pop, and also be in control of a conversation. Because that's what I did. I said, "Here's your compliment. Da 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 da. Love you so much. You're a star. I hope you have a good night. See you later." And I walked away. So I knew what I needed to say and I knew what I needed to get done. So that is my information. That is my unsolicited advice that none of y'all asked for. And I didn't even plan on saying, but I hope that benefits you all on your journeys of being a little social butterfly this summer, especially because, summer's coming up, girl. It's time to go to the bars. It's time for pride. It's time to hit the streets. It's time to be out all night. We're going to the beach. We're going to the park. We're going to vacation. We're traveling the world. We're seeing the sights, we're hearing the sounds. It's time to, the pandemic has, not technically ended because pandemics don't ever end, but, the government says it's over and, things are a little bit more under control. We all got our vaccines. We're all feeling ready. Let's be social. Let's, reinvent ourselves and reintroduce ourselves to societies as a people that we want to be because, girly, we all have the power to do so. I don't know how this became like a whole like sermon, but sorry, y'all. I got a little sidetracked. But yeah, a little bit update on me too. I'm going back to therapy, you guys. I love being very honest and vulnerable about, being in therapy. I think that just makes it more comfortable for other people to have those conversations as well. I started therapy back in 2020, I think I did. And I was in therapy for about a year and a half. Or maybe 2021. I think I was in therapy for about a year and a half. And then I actually stopped going to therapy in the summer of 2022. Yes, because it's 2023 right now. Like, right when I moved out, because I was kind of just running out of things to talk about. My therapist was like, "Girly girl, I think you need a little break." Not to mention, my health insurance ended, so I had to figure that out. So it was a convenient time for me to take a break. But I'm going back next week, I believe, or I'm starting next week, and I'm so excited. So hopefully my mental health, just like clears up, and maybe you guys will see it in the trajectory of these episodes. Maybe my brain will become magically clear all of a sudden. And I'll be way easier to, or way better at carrying a conversation and not being so like bing bong, like a pinball machine. So if that happens in the future, y'all know what happened, what did it. So if y'all have access to therapy, I would highly recommend going. It is a beautiful process for you. You can, even if you don't think you've experienced something that is horribly traumatic in your childhood or whatever, you don't have to experience trauma in order to go to therapy. Let me say that again. You don't have to experience trauma to go to therapy. A therapist is a great voice for you to talk to. They can listen to you in every way that you need. They can provide you information, they can provide you tools and tricks and, helpful things to help you navigate your own personal life. We've all experienced a pandemic together, which was pretty traumatizing, for lack of better words, and we all want to have things to say about it. So go to a therapist because your friends aren't therapists, your family's not therapists, your boyfriend's not a therapist, your girlfriend's not a therapist. All those people in your life all have their own things going on. So they are not your therapist. Find a person who's literally a professional who is certified and who is educated on talking about these topics because they'll be able to help you more than anyone else can. And reminder, the gym is not therapy. Your favorite hobby is not therapy. Your favorite activity is not therapy. Your cooking's not there. Like activities that you describe as therapy aren't therapy. Those are therapeutic, which is different. So this is my endorsement to go to therapy. I will stand behind that till the day I die. It will change your life. I literally promise you that. You might have to shop a little bit for a therapist. You might have to try a couple on for size. It may take you a minute to get comfortable, but trust and believe it will literally change your life and the way you think about everything. And the tidbits that will blow your brain and blow your mind will just be so, so worth it. So, I highly recommend that you all go if you have the access to do so. I know therapies, people are trying to make therapies more accessible with like BetterHelp and all those kinds of apps and stuff. I've never used them, so I don't know what the experience is like. But if you have, sound off in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on like those types of experiences. But if you have healthcare, if they cover therapy, y'all better go because it will just change your life. I promise you that. And don't wait for something to happen to start going. Just start now. I mean, you can start small. You can do every other week, and you can do once a month. You can do every week. You can do twice a week. I don't know, whatever your needs are. They can meet you halfway. So that is my endorsement for therapy. I'm going back. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see how the inside of my brain, hopefully it's like a spring cleaning of the inside of my brain because girly girl, it's a mess up here. So I just wanted to update you all on my personal life. Let me think if I have anything else going on. Think. Just out here thoughting and bopping and rolling through the streets and just having a good time, just working and creating this podcast. So, I'm gonna wrap this episode up right now with my final thoughts. So obviously I covered a lot. I can't even think about what I covered in this episode because it's just been a lot. Coachella, not gonna be going anytime soon. Unless you guys invite me, would love to join, but I'm not about to pay for that to sleep in the dirt. We talked about Genovia. We talked about YouTube comments. Hi, bullies. We talked about Princess Diaries. Go watch our viewing party. We talked about my Barbie tour. Oh, so slay. Go to the World of Barbie in Santa Monica if you want. It is so fun. And you'll get such cute Instagram pictures. I literally promise you. Um, la 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 la. Um, yeah. Also, y'all, I had a draining weekend this week. I'm a server. If you don't know, I work at a restaurant. Be kind to service staff everywhere, not just at restaurants, but like really everywhere. Anyone who's providing you a service is more than likely being underpaid and overworked. So please be kind to service staff. And remember, let me give you this tidbit of information as well. You get out what you put in. Let me say that again. You get out what you put in. So if you're an absolute bitch to a server, they're not going to give you the best service because they don't want to. And they're not required. I mean, obviously it's their job too, but like you are not going to get this best experience because you treated that service worker like a piece of trash. So treat service workers with just the most love and respect that you can. The better energy you bring to service, the better service you'll get out of it. So that is what the final thought I will leave you all with. Also, go to therapy. What else did I talk about? Pop culture. I'm not going to talk about it again. Y'all can just re-listen to the episode if you want my final thoughts on that. So thank you guys all again for listening to this episode. It was just me this episode. I will have a guest my next episode. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I also don't know who it's going to be yet, but that's all right. I can't wait to see you all on the next one. I'm going to leave you all with my final question and I'll answer it on the next one because I kind of have been a little inconsistent with my final question. And I just thought about this last night and I was laughing to myself about it. Are you a hunter or a gatherer? And that can mean whatever you want it to mean. But whatever it feels like to you, you better go off, boo-boo. So I'll let you all sound off in the comments below on this video. I will put up a thought on my Instagram. Y'all should subscribe to the YouTube channel if you already aren't. You can follow me on Instagram, Parker's Pointless Pod. You can follow me on TikTok, Parker's Pointless Pod. You can follow my personal Instagram. You can follow me on, I'm trying to think of other social medias that I have. But y'all know where I'm at. So you can just reach out to me, follow me, give this podcast some support, follow me on Spotify, tell a friend, tell a family member. I can't wait to grow this podcast more and more and more. Like we've been on a steady up incline with this podcast, and I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. I so appreciate you all. I cannot say that enough. I'll probably say that every episode, but I love you all so much. Can't wait to see you all again on the next episode. Okay. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. If you're listening to this while you're driving, drive safely, please. The roads are a scary place and we do not need another distracted driver out there. So focus up on the roads. Put your hands on 10 and 2 because we need y'all focused up on the roads. No car accidents here. So have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys all on the next episode. Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks again for listening to this week's episode of Parker's Pointless Podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a review. Share this with a friend, or both. Can't wait to chat with you all again next week. This is your host, the daintiest doll in town, Parker, signing off. Bye.